promises.
I'm the Kevin part. That's the
I'm
Phil
the Phil
part.
part.
And today we're going to be talking about how to earn 19 CEUs and get ready for matrix certification. And we will do that really pretty darn quick. Now, after we do that, we will show you a couple of loops around the matrix.
Yes, we will.
To show you what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What we are talking about is it's very straightforward. Even the presenting of the ACT matrix is straightforward. You just need to practice it a lot. So, and some people need certification for many reasons. We have about 50
Well, we've been told.
Certified. So let's see. Well, Phil can do what we
Housekeeping.
As housekeeping.
Housekeeping begins in the upper right, where you could go to the upper right of your browser and you will see a follow button up there somewhere. And please click on it so you can follow us and you will get notifications whenever we come on, whenever Crowdcast is getting ready to get going. Just in case you forget, you can run over and click it on. So that's the first thing. Then come down to the bottom. And we have a chat function for those of you who are coming in for the first time. And that's over there down the bottom. And you can chat in something nice, it says. Say something nice. So what we like to do, and Kevin's already done it, he said, greetings from Maine. So like, hi, and here's where I'm from. I'm a little bit south of Kevin, a place called Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And then Mike, I think, must have snuck on here before the Crowdcast, Kevin.
It was December the 3rd.
Yeah. He snuck on early, but he did not let us know where he's from. But hey, the cool thing is you can always come back. Even if you're watching the replay, you could put that in during the replay too.
Chat works during replay.
Chat's fine. Then head right over, to your left, and then you'll see the big green button. Right? And it says save $374.95. And then if you click there, that's going to take you to a page that we have in the ACT Matrix Academy where you can learn about how to do that. And what you'll get for signing up is you're going to get 19 APA approved CE credits that you have access to that you can take anytime you want. They're all on demand, so you can go at your own pace. They're there for you, and all you got to do is take the post-test, and you get your certificate. It's really easy, and at the same time, you will be getting yourself ready to become an ACT Matrix certified, ACT Matrix trainer. And we're going to talk more about what that looks like during the Crowdcast today, right, Kevin?
Yes.
There you go. I think that's all the housekeeping we need to take care of today.
I was that deal down below. It really is a deal.
It's an absolute awesome.
It's basically those 19 CEUs would cost you $374.95 anyway. That's what
you're going to pay for the CEs, right?
But the cost of certification, and I'll tell you, is $650. So you're getting both in one deal. So it's quite the good deal. People, they like it. And even in case if you think, well, maybe I might like to sit for certification in the future, go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
And there's, until we expire, it doesn't expire.
Right, exactly. That would be the only end to it.
Right. So, then you got other problems, but let's hope not.
Yeah.
But anyways, do it. And it's pretty cool. And, it's actually very cool. And so, and then we'll tell you about what that would be. Well,
what it looks like.
There's no written test. There's plenty of those things you got to fill out for the 19 CEUs.
Yeah, that's different.
Because
the Psychological Association wants that.
Right. You got to fill out the forms and take the quizzes or whatever and do whatever. Everybody knows about that stuff. But when you transfer over and you say, okay, ACT matrix certification. What do I have to do? Practice doing the two loops until you're facile with it, meaning it's conversational for you to show people the two loops, which I'm going to do here in just a second. And you say, well, then what do I do? Well, to get certified, there's one way, and that is Phil and I do a Zoom call with you, and you present it to us. I mean, there's other ways. I mean, you might have your own crowdcast channel and
Yeah.
tape it that way or do something. I don't know.
Or you're working with an individual or a group and you're able to do that, right?
But for most people, they have a Zoom call with us and they show it to us. And we know instantly whether you're, well, facile with it.
Right.
But because we hear it. No, we've done this tens of thousands of times. We've listened to thousands of people present it. We know when somebody's stumbling around and not got it yet versus somebody who's just got it.
You got it. They know it.
They know how to show it. So a little bit about what that means. Well, when you show it, somebody the matrix, and you say something like, I have a point of view I would like to show to you. Is it okay if I show you that point of view? That's how it starts, folks. It's that simple. There's no great fanfare. And why? Because it is a point of view. That's exactly what the ACT matrix is. It's a way of looking at life. Life inside yourself, life with other people. It's just a way of looking at it. There's lots of ways of looking at it, but this is one way of looking at it. And it's very straightforward, and you can literally show it to anybody who understands I know English, so English language well enough that they can engage in it. And yes, that goes all the way down to pre-K.
Yes.
We have seen it done.
Yeah, that's what comes up. How young? 4 and 5-year-olds can do this, folks.
Right, 4 or 5-year-olds can do this. We've seen 5-year-olds show it.
Oh, absolutely. I've had them show it to other kids and teachers and parents. Yep.
So that the other limit is sort of death.
Right.
I've never seen somebody
that would be the
90s.
upper limit, probably. Yeah.
I've seen somebody in their upper 90s do this, like 96 or whatever, show it. So yeah, it's as long as your English language capabilities are going pretty good, you're good to go. And so you ask that, essentially everybody says, sure, you can show it to me.
Yep.
It's sort of interesting. And so you do. You just say, okay. Now, and this is the case if you're prepared, like in a group setting, or you're in your office, if you're a counselor or something, you might have a whiteboard or a easel up or something. Great. If you do, you can either point to it if it's already drawn, or you can say, oh, well, here we go. I'll draw it for you. Vertical line, horizontal line. Or if you prefer the other way, horizontal line. You can even do the vertical line bottom to top, right? Whatever. It ends up looking like that. The way we do it always is the 5 senses are represented up at the top. The mind is down at the bottom. The feeling of contentment or satisfaction or anything like that is over to the right. And the feeling of relief is over to the left, okay? And you go, okay, so what do we do with that? Hey, quite easy. We go to the lower right quadrant, and it's already there. Who's important to you? And you just talk about who's important to you. Oh, what do you mean? Well, I mean somebody like my wife. My wife is important to me. So I would put my wife. At that point, they go, oh yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
That's easy. My dog is important to me, they'll say. We always get dogs and cats and stuff. So
And kids,
yeah,
friends,
kids, aunts, uncles,
right.
relatives, whatever. And then you say, okay, okay, we got that squared away. Now over in the lower left is what we call yucky stuff. It's stuff that happens on the inside of you and it doesn't feel good. Yucky, right? So like pain. Pain is yucky. Don't like pain. Right? Fear is yucky. Don't like fear. But you probably can think of other examples. And this is where you invite the person you're with to think of examples of
Yeah.
stuff that goes on the inside of them that doesn't feel good. They'll give you those and many more, or at least a few more.
Yeah. Anxiety, sadness, stuff like that.
That kind of stuff. So they'll put that down and you go, great. Now, when we go to the upper part, this is about behavior, stuff that other people can see you doing. And so we start with stuff that you would do to get relief from the yucky stuff. So, for example, pain, I might go take Tylenol or acetaminophen, whatever you want to call it. There you go. Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Right. Because I'm getting relief or I'm seeking relief from the pain. How about fear? What might Phil do to get relief from fear?
I might hide. I'll go hide.
There we go. Hiding's popular. Definitely popular. So you do that. And people get the idea. They go, oh, yeah. You're not judging. And here we go. And this is where this comes in. We're not judging anything they do. So let's say for the pain, instead I said, you know what? I've learned that heroin works really well for it.
There we go.
Watch Phil. Watch Phil. As he'll be done in just a moment. And there's heroin. We don't judge it. We just put it down. And you know what? Medical authorities will tell you it really does work for pain.
Yes.
It's close cousin, first cousin of, I just blew the name of it. Morphine. Morphine. I
Back
mean,
in World War I, they used to give it to the soldiers out on the battlefield, right?
oh, it works. It works. So we're not, but don't judge it. It's okay. That's what part of what you do to get relief from yucky stuff. Okay. And then in the upper right, we can talk about, well, what do you do to approach, to do stuff for, to do stuff with, whatever, who and what's important to you. For example, I just might go talk to my wife. Now, there's a little power in that because when I say that, the person now realizes it's simple.
Right.
It's not, you don't have to do some save the
No,
world.
nothing exotic here.
Nothing. I mean, well, what do you do with your kids?
Oh,
Starts with,
go ahead.
starts with a P.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd say play with them.
Play with them. Right. I mean, we're not talking. We're talking talk, play.
Dogs like to be fed.
Ed. People do too.
Yeah.
Feed them. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on, and the point is, it's simple, observable behaviors. Talk, feed. That's what you can see people doing, and that lets people off the hook. They don't have to think of something fancy or whatever. And then you finish up with, well, now the point of view part of this is that you notice all of this stuff. So to represent that, we'll put noticing right in the middle. And now you can notice who's important to you. I mean, maybe you will, maybe you won't, but you'll notice. You could notice. You could notice yucky stuff showing up. And you might notice yourself doing a relief move. Then you might notice yourself, doing a contentment approach move. And that's it. You can just notice all of that. And if somebody every once in a while they ask, well, what happens? It's like, well, and this, I do not mean to be disrespectful at all in saying this. Noticing happens. That's what happens. You notice stuff, and there's really a lot of power in noticing stuff, and that everybody knows that. They go, yeah. As a matter of fact, there is. Because most of the time I run around with my head, you know, bleep, 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 up my bleep, 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 and I don't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, join the club. because of human language, we'll make this simple. We all go in our heads and we live in our heads. Well, when you're living in your head, you're not noticing what's going on.
Up here.
And this is about noticing what's going on. And
Whole thing.
what happens after that, I don't know.
Really.
But the point is noticing. That really is it. That's it. No more, no less. That's it. Well, they go, well, thank you very much. That's interesting. And ta-da. The only other thing is that you can say, well, there's two or more of you here. Okay, well, if there's two or more of you here, now we have a different question for the lower right. We ask, what's our shared purpose, or what's your shared purpose? Whatever fits the situation. But it's the shared purpose, because two or more people have a shared purpose. They're working on something together. And it's really, when you talk about it some, you realize that strangers on a bus, that's one of our favorites, is strangers on a bus have a shared purpose. You can put it up under safety. We all have this shared purpose of staying safe, right? So, oh yeah, it is, right? So it's really easy to find shared purpose. Now, for a married couple or something, and they're going, what is our shared purpose? Well, that's great. So you talk about that. Maybe it's an office group, team, whatever. What's our shared purpose? So whatever it is, you can do that. Now, guess what? All the rest of it is pretty well the same. I mean, the upper right's a little bit different in that it's, well, what are you going to do to accomplish a shared purpose? And put that in. But as far as yucky stuff goes, it's yucky stuff. Maybe it's the special yucky stuff that shows up in being with other people. Maybe not, but it's still yucky stuff. And guess what? The upper left still relief moves. If you're like me, you avoid committee meetings.
Right.
And yes, that's a relief move.
Make an excuse is a great relief move for a committee
meetings make me feel yucky, or I feel yucky. Usually I have noticed myself feeling yucky inside of committee meetings. So one of my dastardly ways of getting relief from that is don't go. Now, any of you, I'm just betting a whole lot of you have used that very same relief move. How about you, Phil? Have you ever used that one?
I prided myself back in the day. I'm trying to avoid as many of those as possible.
Exactly. Because Phil was in academia and I was in the VA government. And a lot of those meetings.
I had my excuses at the ready.
Like those things are miserable. So anyway, so you get the idea. So you just talk about stuff like that. Matter of factly. And notice I'm not judging it.
No,
people do what they do. But, and the reason you're not judging it, folks, is you're just trying to help people paint a verbal picture of what's going on. For the individual, it's, well, what's going on with you? We're not saying that the good going on or bad going on or anything. We're just saying
going on. What's happening? Take a look at it.
For a marriage or a office group or whatever, a group of folks, well, they're just together looking at what's going on, what's happening. Now from there, they might choose to do stuff different. They might choose to keep on doing things just the same. Not my thing. It's not my choice. Let me put it. Not my, I've laid out a point of view that shows people, well, there's where you are, and now you can choose going forward. That's it. And so now I finished both loops. And you notice that I just sing song conversationally went through that. That's what we're looking for. And I have seen people, I swear, do it better than I just did.
Oh, yeah. Some people have just knocked our socks off with how they can go through those 2 loops.
Amazing in their ability to do what. Now, it was what I just did. There's no doubt about it. Looking at it, it's 99% what I just did. But that 1 or 2% is just flourish and stuff that people can do.
Whatever you put into that, add to that.
But you know what? It works if you sort of do it boring as sin. You know, as long as you can get it through nice and breezy and easy.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's pretty, what, you know, musically they call it staccato or whatever. No, not.
Yeah. There's different ways to play a tune.
Right. Jingle bells.
Yeah.
Jingle
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
You can do it. And then there's the.
Oh, yeah. The flourish and the trills and all the other
the
stuff.
trills and all that stuff, right? Well, it works because in the end they got a point of view. They got a point of view. They can see it. They can now look. They can hold it up. They can usually they'll say, "Can I take a picture of that?" I can't. Even when I started doing this, shows how long ago it was flip phones, and people would flip their phone open and say, "Can I take a picture?"
Yeah, right. Sure.
Your stuff. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't if there happened to be personal identifying information, PII or something. You wouldn't do it unless it's theirs.
Yeah,
their personal stuff, and
it's their picture.
Then it's their stuff. They can choose to take a picture of it or not. It's not my stuff. So whatever. I mean, literally, this is a case, folks, of where the person has control. They got it's, and that's our whole point. Is you know what? They really do have control.
They do.
Don't. You know, stop drinking, young man.
Yeah, really. Knock that stuff off.
Knock that stuff off. Oh yeah, that works, doesn't it, Phil? Yeah. Oh,
everybody I've ever told to, they just immediately stop doing it. Ha ha.
Just say no, right?
Yeah.
No, come on, we don't do that. We show people now. What we do say is it's very powerful, and well, it's just very powerful. And what you need to probably practice it 20, 25, 30 times.
Yeah, you need to spend some time.
Yeah, if you do it like twice and come show it to us, we're probably going to go.
Yeah, we're going to say, need a.
We'll be honest.
Need a practice.
We'll just tell you. Now, the good news is almost nobody does that. Everybody does 30, 40, 50, 60,
yeah,
70.
They show up and they've
so
honed
by
their
the time
skill.
They get, they really are just conversationally doing it. And what we mean by that is you can just show it to your aunt. You can show it to a store clerk.
Yeah.
You can just
walk into a meeting, show it to people at the meeting.
It doesn't. You can actually do that whole routine in like, well, we've timed it 90 seconds. I'm not kidding, 90 seconds.
Yeah. You were in a pinch.
If you're in a pinch, take 90 seconds and show it. So back to it. So that's certification.
Yeah.
You get to where you're conversationally facile with it. I call it like sing song or whatever, but I have seen people be pretty dry.
Yeah.
Fine. Still, they got it across just fine. And, that's it. And so then with that, and we go, hey, you sound great. And you've already paid your certification fee with the $650. Voila. Now, if you want to get deep into this and take those 19 CEUs, I mean, there's all kinds of this philosophy and this.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's even one some part of the CEUs are for anxiety and depression.
yeah.
Substance.
Couples and groups, PTSD, anxiety, depression, substance use, which is really really big in substance use. You'll be hearing more from us about
Yeah,
that.
we're going to do another thing on that next week.
Yeah, yeah. And
So,
something that that you won't get anywhere else. That's of course
oh yeah,
pattern recognition.
as pattern recognition. Yes, that's sort of heady stuff, but straightforward. And you say it's always the same diagram. All we're doing is shifting the words a little bit, how you go about showing it and stuff. But still, yeah, it's the people ask Phil and I, "What do you do?" We say we show people
We do this.
we show people a point of view.
We do.
And you know what? Then it's what happens with them happens with them. Now they say, "Well, if you're just doing that, why do you keep on doing it?" Because I get like emails from Turkey. Remember that one, Phil?
Oh yeah, yeah. Turkey, Egypt, uh, England, Ireland, Japan,
Antarctica,
Malaysia,
yeah,
New Zealand, Australia,
I've even gotten them from Russia. Okay, Russia and Ukraine,
Ukraine. Yeah,
and where these people send me and they say, "This is great.
yeah.
This really is great."
Israel got one from Israel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like this. We keep doing it because people keep emailing us and saying this is great.
Yeah.
We get a lot out of this. And so we go, oh, well, I guess we better keep doing that. Oh, we didn't say you do not need the certification to use.
Oh yes, let's go all the way back to
Forgot about that. You don't need it.
to do these loops. You do not need to be certified to use tools.
No. We would never do that. No. It's again, we're lousy business people. So
Oh,
we don't
incredible
do that.
bad capitalist.
But we're really good at altruism and
Right.
shit.
We're good
and,
away. We are.
and so, however, people ask for it. They ask for certification. People say, "Well, why did you guys start offering certification?" Because people ask for it.
Somebody asked for it. That's absolutely the truth. Someone asked to be certified.
And so we created it, and then pretty soon other people did. And so it's this mix of psychiatrists and MDs and psychologists and social workers and substance use counselors and physical therapists,
Occupational therapists,
all
teachers.
Of course, the lawyer. We have an attorney.
Yeah,
2 attorneys.
we do.
2 attorneys. So yeah, it just goes on and on and on of all these people.
Martial arts instructors.
Oh yeah, in Germany, right? That one dude.
Martial arts instructor. Yep.
It's really fun of all these people who are certified.
One person that does it with actors.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, and why did they want certified? I don't know. They had a use for it. Now we have found out that there's 2 different states that give you CEU credit for it.
For being certified, yeah.
One of them's like Iowa, I think, is one.
I think it's Illinois is that one, right?
Illinois.
Illinois.
And we didn't even know.
No, we found out from them.
Yeah. So,
we didn't apply for it or anything like that. Didn't hear from them.
I don't even know how they figure the hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
But not our business. Because we gave it away. But some people had a use for it. And the other is, okay, if we sell some, we make enough money to keep doing this because it's not free. We have to buy internet, and every once in a while we got to buy a computer. Like our last ones were 2015 till 23.
Yes.
And we bought some new ones. So we're not talking every year here, folks.
Yeah.
But anyway, it makes us a little bit of money, keeps the keeps things going. We have a help, Shannon, who helps us pay for her. So all that stuff. So it's just we are what we are, and we don't mean to make it what it isn't, but what it is a pretty big deal, really.
Yep.
Since its inception in 2009, it's literally gone around the world. Literally. So it's really cool. So we hope you sign up
Yes.
and get you some CEUs if you need them. I really couldn't recommend more of this. Go ahead and do the 650 and do the CEUs and
Oh,
have the certification thing
yeah.
sitting there.
Just
I mean,
getting the CEUs almost pays for the whole deal when you think about paying.
It really does. I mean, then the paperwork, because we have a record of it then. It's right there.
And you can come back when you're ready. We have people that they start, and then it might be quite a while because life gets in the way. Things happen. And then we may hear from them down the road and go, hey, I started last year and I'm ready. I've been doing it again and I'm ready to kind of jump in there now. I'm ready to come and show to you. So great.
We do. But, I mean, it's not like there's a giant rush. So
yeah,
we have time. We can find time.
And you have time. It's self-paced. It's based on what you can do and how you can do it and the time you have to do it.
So no tests other than us. Us watching and listening. And it's more listening than anything.
Yeah.
We can just hear in your tone. But you got it. You got it. Go for it. Any human has to practice a few times. Nobody is born knowing how to do this. But again, it's not that difficult. And now, with that said, something I forgot to say. Once you get up to 100, then 500 to 1,000, then it opens up. Then it's like becoming a very good golfer or tennis player or whatever.
You're operating at a whole nother level at that point.
You just feel it. It just
you've internalized.
Yeah, really comes on board later on. But that is not required for certification.
Nope.
Whatever you discover down the road is what you discover. So there you go. Click on the green button. It's operating all the time, folks. Even if you come by, if you're watching this on replay, still there. Click on over and go for it. And we hope to see you in a few weeks. Now, oh, by the way, there's plenty of people out there that are already ready.
Oh, yeah.
All they need to do is click the green button, pay the fee. We may even have heard you do it already, and we already know.
This is true too. We have had people that have done that.
We already know that you're ready. Yeah. So we've heard you. We know who you are.
we've heard and seen your stuff.
Right. So if you're one of those, that's fine too. This is a very low cost way to get some CEUs and certification. So there we go. I think we did it, Phil.
Yes, we did.
Next week, we'll be doing this for substance abuse. I've heard through the grapevine there's still quite a bit of substance abuse around.
Yep.
Maybe it was even in the news. But who knows?
Yeah, once or twice.
Anyways, folks, we'll see. Well, we will be back with another episode for substance abuse next week. Friday the
15th.
15th.
If you signed up, you're going to get an email that's going to tell you that.
There you go. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, have a good weekend.